Incredible results on the road, famous scorelines at Selhurst Park, and a magical afternoon under the Wembley Arch, and still a cup final to come. Time to exercise those demons under the Selhurst Park lights. Wharton clips across, Lacroix, loose! It's a real scramble, and eventually smuggled clear. Mitchell, chance to deliver, to the far post, where Munoz was advancing. Tyreek Mitchell's ball all the way across. Now Gibbs White can deliver. And at the far post, oh, Chris Wood is appealing towards the referee. Looking for Wood. Flag stays down. And here is Elanga. Big save from Dean Henderson. And now Sarr self-saves. Forest survive again. And Mitchell brought down. And Andy Madley has been sent to the screen. Penalty. And Eze scores. And for the third game in succession, Iberi Eze is on the score sheet. Crystal Palace's man on the spot. It is Elanga. It's a fabulous save from Henderson. Nodded out to Williams, deflected, and in. And it is the instant response they were looking for. Clicked into where Mark Gay is waiting. What a touch, what a ball in. Lacroix! Here's Sarr. Eze! Denied by the crossbar. Sarr's ball in. Who will it fall to? It falls to Iberi Eze! And Nketiah tucks it home. But the flag is up for offside. And guided into the path of Munoz.
Alright, after a bright start for Nottingham Forest, they continue to struggle right there at the decisive moment at the English Premier League. Yesterday, they were in action against Crystal Palace, and the game ended in a 1-1 draw. On that note, we welcome you to the Tuesday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from Bodija here in the brown roof city of Ibadan. To serve the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sport. Don't you worry, on the show this afternoon, we take a dive into the game that will be going down. Because UEFA Champions League is back, and of course we are ready for the second leg of the Champions League between Inter Milan and Barcelona. We'll look into the game and what will happen later this evening. We'll leave there, also take a dive into the game that will be going down later tomorrow. In the world of NBA, 2 games went down the early hours of today. We take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League, and of course don't forget the AFCON Under-20 Nations Cup that is going down in Egypt. These are many more stories that will be coming your way this Super Tuesday afternoon. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. You can simply call me Purity. Just like you know, I'm not alone in the studio. I got Samuel Akin today, and together we'll be on the ride. Good afternoon to you, Samuel.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Ayomikun. Good afternoon to our esteemed listener, the football fans and the sport lovers all around the world listening to our voices right now. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio to talk sports. For Nottingham Forest, quite unfortunate for them that they could only salvage a point at the Selhurst Park. It was even meant to be, another loss for them, but a good one from Murillo to actually, salvage a point for them, and they pick a point away from home. It was very, very, difficult for them. I said it yesterday that it was going to be a difficult game against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. I think now it is very, very not certain for them if they are going to play in the Champions League next season, because they are currently 6th on the log and behind 2 points behind Chelsea. If they had won that game, they would have equaled the points with Chelsea and Newcastle. But now, just like their manager Nuno Espirito Santo said after that game yesterday, that is going to going to be, this will definitely go to the last day of the season. That is going to go down this season, and you know that they have a difficult game at the final day of the season against Chelsea at home.
Chelsea, yeah.
I mean, their next games will be against Leicester at home. Then they will travel to London to take on West Ham again before they now return home. So it's going to be very, very difficult for them. I still believe maybe they can try as much as possible to qualify, but it's not really certain that they are going to qualify for Champions League. I really do want them to qualify, but
I mean, they started well at some point, and of course, in their last 6 game, it has been very difficult for them.
They lost their last game at home against Brentford.
Against Brentford, 2 goals to nothing. Against City, in the cup, they lost 2 goals to nothing.
In the FA Cup.
Although they won against Tottenham Hotspur, if you remember.
You see, it is very bad that you started well and then you get to end. You don't end well.
Even with the quality of the players they have in that team, talking about our own Olai not doing well, Chris would also.
It's not really about
good for them. It's still a good season for them.
Yeah, it's not really about the quality of players because what has been helping them is not really about the quality. It's about the consistency in that squad. It's about the teamwork, the team cohesion, how they balance, how they have a balanced squad, how they go all out together to get the job done. It has always been working for them. But my concern is they started the season on a very brilliant note.
At some point, they were second, third on the log.
Yes, they were actually pushing Arsenal, to actually get the second position, and we were even thinking that they were going to solidify and secure that Champions League spot, even with 3 games to spare. But as it stands now, it's not really certain if they are going to play in the UEFA Champions League next season. What I know for sure is they will definitely play European football. It might be Europa, but it's still undecided yet, right? They have 3 games to go. Against Leicester is a winnable game for them on their home soil. Then they travel to West Ham. If they can win West Ham and win Leicester City, their next 2 games, I think against Chelsea, that game will be the decider.
And for Chelsea, their next game is against Newcastle United.
Then they will also play Manchester United.
Play against United.
So you see that, I mean, they still have a chance. They still have opportunity considering the remaining 3 games. 2 games are winnable for them. Even against Chelsea, they will be playing at home on the final day. So they still can win it. All to play for them. But it will not be good for them to start with and end with. I mean, and end bad. I really want them to actually play UEFA Champions League this season.
All right, we got Coach Campos in the studio this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Coach.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Ibadan. Good afternoon, your state. And good afternoon, everybody at Ono FM. Akimbala today is my name. Last weekend, on sports, a very big one for Chelsea.
Against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool. Winning that match is a very big one for them. It's make them stand on their feet. That's why we are talking about Chelsea now coming in front of Nottingham Forest and
Newcastle,
leveling on pod with Newcastle. And I believe that's when I always tell people there are sometimes when some people will be separated from some people. That is why big teams are
boys will be separated from
that's
men.
why big teams are will always be big teams.
So Chelsea is a big team.
No. See, it's not about
what, traditional big team.
It's not about the player Chelsea are having. It's not about the player Man U are having. It's not about the player Arsenal.
It's about the
name. It's about the name. The name
and what they have done in the past.
If you look at what's happened to Chelsea for the past 3 seasons, you won't be saying Chelsea should be where they are today. But because of the mentality of that team, the fans are the one pushing. Even the owners are not ready to push because of what they are signing and the way they do their business. But because of the name. And to me, I said something to you last week. I said, to me, if Chelsea could qualify for, if they could qualify for Champions League, winning the Conference League, I believe they have a better season than some of the big teams in English football.
All right, guys, let's jump into action this afternoon. Starting from the UEFA Champions League, the game that will be going down later today between Inter Milan and Barcelona. Remember that the first leg of that game ended in a 3-3 draw right there. And later today is going to be a big one. Of course, we are expecting this game because we spoke more about Inter Milan playing against Barcelona later today. We saw what happened during the first leg where Inter Milan scored first 2 goals before Lamine Yamal are coming back to party, doing well in that game. So this evening, guys, what are we expecting from that game?
Yeah, it's going to be a big game, definitely. It's going to be a very, very big game, an interesting one. 3-3 on aggregate is still an open game. It's still very open for the 2 sides, and knowing fully that away goal does not count. The away goal rule, it doesn't count in the UEFA Champions League. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And I think, like I said, the context of this game being the fact that it is 3-3 on aggregate and there is no away goal rule, I think it has presented a huge opportunity for the neutral fans to actually have a very, very enjoyable night, because it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Both teams need a win to advance to the next to the final. They need a win to get to the final, because if it ends in a draw, that means regardless of the scoreline, if it ends in a draw, to go to the extra time and it will be decided via penalty if we don't get a winner. So just to settle, so it shows that, it tells you that it's a must win for both clubs, whether you are playing at home, whether you are playing away from home. Inter Milan, Barcelona, one of these two teams just have to win today to qualify to the next round. And I think what happened in the first leg, Inter Milan, if they could go to Spain to get 3 goals, Barcelona can also go to the San Siro and even score more. A lot of people have been saying that because Inter Milan will be playing at home at San Siro, we know how rugged they are at the back. They can play very dirty, they can play rugged and grind out the result and all of that. It's typical Italian football, I know, right? But this Barcelona has proven to us that under Hansi Flick, I mean, they have a very strong.
Goal is not a problem for Barcelona,
regardless of the opposition, regardless of the opponent. They score goals for fun. They are the highest scoring team in the Champions League, not just in the Champions League, in the Europe top five leagues this season. They have scored the highest number of goals this season. Hansi Flick has done a very good job with these guys, infusing high-line football with progressive possession-based football. I mean, it's just so the way they press, the way they even get their goals, the way they move around, the way they pass balls around, the way they dominate possession. Pedri will be very, very instrumental if they want to get a win today, because I mean, Pedri won the midfield battle for Barcelona in the first leg. And we want to see even Lamine Yamal got the better of Dimarco in the first leg. Dimarco will also have a lot to do today in stopping Lamine Yamal. For Inter Milan, I think they can approach this game from conservative perspective, in the sense that they might not want to go all out, although they still need to go all out because they need to get goals, because they know that they are not defending. There's nothing to defend for today. But typical Italian side want to defend and eat you on counter, because they know that they are very, very solid at the back. Their defensive solidity is second to none in the Champions League this season. They've conceded the fewest number of goals. So I just believe that it's going to be a very, very interesting game. It might be different from what we saw in the first leg, because I mean, it's produced 6 goals in the first leg.
6 goals in the first leg.
This might be different because Inter Milan would not want to concede more goals today. They want to sit back. They want to be very, very compact at the back.
Maybe correct some mistake that they did in the first leg.
Exactly.
I mean,
they score early goals, 2 goals. You don't expect them to actually bottle the 2 goals.
They could not maintain it. And I believe later this evening is going to be a big one for Barcelona.
But regardless of
the likes of Lamine Yamal might find it difficult
against the Marco
tonight.
That's what I'm saying.
Might not be easy like the first
like we saw in the first leg. Regardless of the fact that you need to acknowledge the defensive prowess of Inter Milan, that they will definitely be very, very compact at the back today. And the fans at San Siro, they will definitely be an additional man for Inter Milan, 12th man, just to help them and all of that. They will create a very intense environment and all of that. But Barcelona under Hansi Flick, you cannot write them off, regardless of where they are playing, regardless of the opposition they are playing. They have proven to us that they are very, very good. They are attacking minded team. They score goals for fun. So regardless of the fact that Inter will be they might be difficult to to play against tonight, I still expect Barcelona to score goals, but it will definitely not be high scoring goals that we saw.
All right, Coach
leg.
Campos, let's listen to you, and of course listen to your thoughts on this game, because from a coach perspective, we saw what happened in the first leg, just like what Samuel said. A lot of goals, 6 goals in the first leg of that game. We were not expecting 6 goals actually. So this evening also, are we expecting more goals, 6 goals, 7 goals, as the case may be?
Let me tell you one thing. I believe Barcelona is a very lucky team when it comes to that last match.
Maybe
Inter Milan scoring you 2 goals and you coming back to score. If Barcelona did not defend well, yeah, they are lucky. If a team like Inter Milan will score you 2 goals today, this night, my dear brother, forget it as
I will not say they were lucky.
I think I understand why he said
they were lucky.
Barcelona were lucky.
When a team
because
like
for Inter Milan to score 2 goals,
it also tells you something about Barcelona. It also shows that Barcelona are very, very good at attacking. That's what it means.
They were good. They were good 2010 when Inter beat them under
2010 is different from now.
Wait now. They were good 2013 when is it 12 or 13 when Chelsea beat them. This team is not even better. It's not even closer than that team. It's not even close to that team, and they were beaten. See, a day will be a day when you will not be lucky. When you are playing a high defensive team that has a very good counter-attacking system. See, if Inter Milan could score Barcelona 2 goals at the first, even at the first 10 minutes today, Barcelona should forget it. Forget that they can score goals.
Yeah.
See, what happened to Inter last week was, they felt we have done it, and it happens. But I will bet it with you, if Inter Milan scored Barcelona 2-0 down today, they should forget it.
All right.
As my own perspective, because I will tell you, I will play, if I happen to score Barcelona 12 goals, I will play 13 different players.
All right, let me very
okay.
quickly. Let me say something. I will not say Barcelona were
lucky the first
They dominated that game from start to finish.
You can't dominate again. And
Wait, nobody believed that Inter Milan can concede 3 goals against Barcelona
That's what he's saying.
Wait, that's what I'm saying. That when they scored 2 goals, a lot of people were saying
that's
it
the
is
end
over.
of the game.
And they conceded 3 goals just to show you that Barcelona attacking wise, they are unstoppable. Even if Inter concede 2 goals today, Barcelona will score goals.
They were playing away. Today,
what are you telling me?
They were playing away.
So Barcelona have not scored away from home.
I'm not saying Barcelona.
Don't say that. This game is a balanced start.
I will tell you, if
because
Barcelona
you said the same thing in the first leg.
If Barcelona, that's why I said 50-50.
Yes, he said 50-50. I remember I said 50-50. Okay,
Barcelona might not be beating Inter Milan. Inter Milan is not a small team. Of course, Barcelona is just coming up.
Nobody actually said Barcelona have an edge.
Barcelona should just allow like table tennis. Just don't do like table tennis.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's go for this short commercial break. When we are back, we take stories from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Ahmed Musa is on the knees this afternoon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
Imagine having the freedom to work, play, and connect without interruptions. That is what fast internet means to us. At Highword Networks, we are passionate about delivering super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you're working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we've got you covered. A reliable internet and 24/7 customer support ensure you stay connected always. So what are you waiting for? Join the iWorld Networks family today and discover a seamless internet experience. Call Jeffrey on 081 3058 9466 or visit our website www.iwn.ng to get started. iWorld Networks, connected possibilities.
Children's Day is here again. Children, get ready, get prepared, and eager for the fun of your life. Come and experience sing along, dance, and games like never before in a special way. Your darling station, Honor FM, presents Children's Day 2025. On the 27th of May 2025. Venue Honor FM at Debajo Street, Kogi, Bodija, Ibadan. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be educative, entertaining, and exciting events lined up just for you, making this Children's Day an unforgettable one. Come all. To get your tickets for just 3,000 naira, call 081 6752 4836 or 081 6384 2577. Make it a date and don't be late.
Clap, we need it.
On 103.5 FM.
All right, so welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to sport today, and of course, it's getting more interesting because we're focusing on the game between Inter Milan and Barcelona later this evening. Quickly, let's take a dive into the world of NBA. 2 games went down today. We saw Denver Nuggets winning their game 121, and for Boston Celtics, they lost today at home to New York Knicks. So, guys, let's go back to football and talking about Barcelona. Before we went for that break, Coach was saying something about Barcelona.
Maybe you get back to NBA.
Wait. Before we go back to NBA, see, in football, you don't do the same mistake twice or 3 times.
All right.
I'm still on my stand. Inter Milan scored 2 goals last week, and Barcelona equalized. They played 3
last week.
Barcelona equalized. I will still stand. I'm standing on my words. Barcelona can just let them allow Inter to score them 2 goals tonight. You saying Barcelona is a free scoring side? What? Or they can what thing? Forget them. They will not score. They will not beat Inter.
Well, that's
Let them allow Inter to score 2 goals.
You are entitled to your opinion.
opinion, right.
It's my opinion.
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
And it's
I
free.
think I understand
Opinions
what
are
he's
free.
saying.
You can't say because you can
now.
easily beat the best team in the world can easily be beaten.
Opinions are free. Nobody is saying Barcelona will have it easy tonight.
Yeah.
Like I said it's an open game.
Yeah.
It's very open for the 2 clubs. Both sides know that they need to win this game to advance to the final, right? And you are saying that if Inter Milan gets 2 goals ahead tonight, it is over. You don't say that in football.
It's over.
It is not a fact.
I
You
said
don't
it's
say,
over.
You cannot say that it's over.
Just like
I
you
stand on
mentioned,
it.
his
It's
opinion.
over.
Well,
Yeah.
it is his
so
own
over.
opinion, and
It's
I
over.
also have my opinion to say that even if Inter Milan score 2 goals, if they get 2 early goals tonight, it might not be over, because Barcelona, we've seen them on different occasions this season that even when they are 2 goals down, they still know how to find their way back in the game and win the game. They did that against Real Madrid
Let's wait
recently, and you know that,
Sure, allow it.
and you know that in football, especially when you are playing against a very deadly attack, it is not over until it's
See,
over.
we have
Barcelona.
seen a lot
Coach,
of
wait,
matches
you have said your own.
that was over like that way. We saw Man City against Chelsea. We saw Inter Milan against Barcelona. We saw Bayern Munich against Chelsea.
All right.
It's happens like that.
Let's leave Barcelona now and let's focus on other trending stories. In the world of NBA, just like I mentioned, 2 games went down today. A good one for some teams like Denver Nuggets. They won their game recording 121 points. And of course, it was a good one for a particular player, talking about Nicolas Jokic, scoring 42 points and 6 assists.
I think he's now the best. Maybe currently he's now the best basketball player now. We just have to admit the fact that he was very instrumental in that win for Denver Nuggets, and we are seeing the reason why playoff season is quite different from
the regular
season. I mean, the fact that you are the best in the regular season does not make you the best in playoff, because I mean, you see teams, pulling up unthinkable performance and then, creating upsets, boasting Celtics, one of the best franchise during the regular season. They lost their game. Of course, you also saw Cleveland Cavaliers also lost yesterday, and Oklahoma City Thunder losing to Denver Nuggets. I mean, Oklahoma City definitely, I think they were the best franchise in the regular season. Not losing their first.
They topped
the Eastern Conference,
yeah.
and now they lost to Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets, they had a very poor season during the regular season,
Yeah.
but I mean, they are trying to do something in the playoff, and that's what makes the playoff season quite different from the regular season. And I think Nikola Jovic was very, very instrumental for that win. 42 points. Yeah, I mean, we look at the way the way Denver Nuggets actually came back from the first two quarters, because they lost the first 2 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost the first 2 quarters by 8 points, 27-26.
Yes. Second
33-24.
Very massive one.
Yeah, it was very massive. But the third quarter, they came back,
scoring 35
points to 30.
Yeah.
And the fourth quarter was actually the deciding, moment for them.
They scored 36 points
36-29
in the
fourth quarter. So it tells you about resilience. They showed character, in the last 2 quarters of this game, and they actually won against all odds against Oklahoma City Thunder.
High flying
Oklahoma City. I mean, it was very, very interesting for Denver Nuggets. I mean, they showed brilliance as well. And let's see what happens in the game 2, because I mean, this was game 1, and also for the second game, Boston Celtics losing again against New York Knicks. That was a very important win for New York Knicks as well. I wasn't expecting Boston Celtics to actually lose that game.
It was a good one.
It was a very good one for them, a good performance. It was very, very close, but I mean, they got the better of Boston Celtics.
All right, lastly on the show, Caterpillar's keeper, talking about Ahmed Musa. We captained the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the Unity Cup in London. I mean, this is a good one. Ahmed Musa back into the Super Eagles.
It's a very good one. We still need that experience. If you look at it, we are only having Trossard in that team now. Although people are saying he should not be called back into the because he's old, but somebody that come back from Europe and start scoring goals when it comes to the Nigeria Premier League, at least you can't say he's a fluke. He has scored many goals and he has been lifting that team. So to me, he's a local breed somebody who can easily. Even I would have prayed that our local Eagles, when they are playing their charm, if he could represent the Super Eagles, then he
It's
will
a
be
big win.
Yeah,
I mean, playing at the chance.
he'll be able to tell us that okay, it's not as if he has been able to show us that he's a very good person and he really have the heart of this country. So to me, taking him to that place to captain the team is again it's an honor to him. Not the way we just send the Yama away, not the way we send most of our senior players away. He will really be respected playing at that invitation. And if he does good, why not call him back into this
for the AFCON?
Yeah, for
Right.
the World Cup qualifiers.
All right, let's take our stories from the transfer world. Flamengo agreed to sign Jorginho on a free transfer from Arsenal. Jorginho leaving Arsenal at the end of the season.
Yeah, it is done and dusted, almost done and dusted. He's leaving. He's going back to. He's going to Brazil. Of course, he has an affiliation with Brazil before. You know that, but he just decided to play for Italy and going to Flamengo. I mean, he has won it all. He won the Euro Championship with his country. You know, Italy. He won so many laurels for his club side. He won Champions League with Chelsea. He won the league. I mean, it's someone that has won it all for me for club football. Even
So
the
let him
national
go and
team.
enjoy
He
in
should just
Brazil.
go and enjoy his retirement.
All right,
in
talking
Brazil.
about Bruno Fernandes, also a top target for Al Ahly at the end of this.
There's no news there. There's no news.
Okay.
It's just a
It's
speculation.
going to be a very big one. It's going to be a very troublesome one if
We
Manchester
never
United
can tell
just
where
release
Don't
Bruno
even
Fernandes.
Where
don't-
money
don't even-
speaks.
don't even
No.
think
Why
about it.
would a team like Manchester United want
United
to
have
release
said
Bruno Fernandes now?
it. Even
Eh?
Amorim have said it a
No.
number of times that Bruno is untouchable.
He's
So
untouchable for
that
now.
one is just a
For
rumor.
now, it's untouchable.
I mean,
If there
it's
should-
still a rumor, right?
And
but
even if he
then
wants
it
to leave
should be a rumor.
United, he would not be leaving Europe.
It would
So
not be.
I don't see any.
All right, just yesterday we saw
substantial
Arnold
problem.
also saying his BYA for Liverpool straight to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
space
I
this.
mean,
Space
Liverpool
this.
fans are very, very upset with him. The fact that he's living on a free transfer even makes it difficult for them to actually
What are they looking
accept.
before he's leaving? What
So,
are they
so
looking-
Obvious, who is next on the transfer list? Maybe the
they-
Jacob.
they already-
Maybe Mighty
They've
Jacob
started
will
burning
be.
his jersey already.
that is what Chelsea did before Rudiger. I don't know what is always happening to this. See, if Arnold did
Real
not say
Madrid
he's
is-
going,
they always
will
do
not-
that.
they will not- they will
Arnold
not
is an
offer-
homegrown
they will
player
not offer
for
Salah.
Liverpool.
They will not offer Salah another contract and Van Dijk till the end of this.
All right, sir. Let me put you on the spot this night. Your scoreline prediction: Barcelona against Inter Milan. City boy, go first.
Yeah, I don't know any scoreline, honestly, because like I said, I still stand that it's going to be very, very difficult game. 50-50. Any team can qualify. Yeah.
Coach Campos.
The same 50-50.
Okay, I go with 2-1. I go with 2-1 in favor of Barcelona. I go with 2-1 in favor of Barcelona this evening.
I really want Barcelona to qualify.
I can see
Why?
I can see the smile
I
on the
just want them to
Jacob. All right,
qualify.
guys. Until we come your way again later tomorrow for the midweek edition of Sport Today. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Enjoy the company of Samuel and of course with Campos.
Yeah, of course, we'll be back tomorrow, and let's just wait and see what happens tonight.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. We're out of the studio.